If you get tails, all right. So tails, you get to choose who goes first. All right.
Can I have that when you're done?
Oh, she wants to let it drop. All right.
That's how we do it. Where I'm from, you gotta let it drop.
All right, we gonna let it drop then. All right.
Heads.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. Conveniently, the arm fell off, so in case you need an extra hand,
Nikki, hold the mic up.
Alright. Y'all with me? Okay. So it's true what they say. You really might be the best. If all it takes is some cussing, insults, and pounding your chest. I see you standing there yelling without a message for telling, cause you don't got one. You're not even good at pretending. I see right through your antics, you're straight up pedantic, frantic, I'll end your career like Titanic. If you're wondering what happened to the last guy who tried fronting, just look over here. I suggest you start running. I'm gonna take you to church before I take you to school. This line was written for you, Proverbs 18, verse 2. It says a fool doesn't care if he knows it or not. He just wants to show brains up that he doesn't got. Alright. Now enough with the games, children. It's time for a lesson. Stop messing, pay attention, because class is in session. Let me rattle your incus, your malleus, and your stapes as we learn all the bones God gave to you and me. I'll spit this knowledge straight from my cranium into yours, so hang tight like a hyoid for this anatomy tour. Let me apologize now for wiping the floor with your bars. Just try to learn a thing or two if you don't find it too hard. A few of them have a friend. Your parietal and temporal around your brain do they bend. You got your nasal, your contralacrimal maxillary, zygomatic and palatine in your face. That's so angry. Your mandibular and your vomer can get the job done alone, just like those sphenoid, frontal, ethmoid, and occipital bones. Let me tell you about the ones that always got your back. From your atlas to your axis down the rest of the stack. It goes cervical, thoracic, lumbar vertebrae, and you know 7, 12, 5 is the pattern they make. Don't forget about that sacrum made of 5 bones fused, and the coccyx made of 3 put all together too. Hey QB, can you relate? Nah, you got no spine. But, in the off chance you do, it's weaker than all your rhymes. And judging by all the hot air that you'll be blowing at me, I know that you got lungs in your thoracic cavity. From your spine to your sternum, your ribs articulate. Well, only 1 through 7, because the rest are fake. You know, I'm counting the ones from numbers 8 to 10, hanging on the cartilage on 7 over and over again. And those 2 at the bottom, numbers 11 and 12, they're floating all on their own. You know, they're doing swell. We've got 80 so far, if you've been keeping track. All in your axial skeleton, but we can't hold back. 126 more to go, all appendicular now. Just 2 extremities left before QB bows out. You've got your 2 upper limbs, and at each distal end, 27 little bones, so I'll give you a hand. The carpals inside your wrists, they fit together so well. You got your hamate, a lunate capitate as well, a triquetrum trapezium, and a trapezoid, a pisiform, and last but not least is that scaphoid. There are 5 metacarpals in the palm of your hand, and at the very end is where all those phalanges stand. A proximal in the middle, and a distal 2, but only 2 in your thumbs, for just the ends will do. Backing it up then into brachium, a radius plus a ulna equals the perfect sum. And even further up the arm is your humerus. In the pectoral girdle is exactly where it sits. A scapula in the back, a clavicle in the front, just the lower limbs left, now we're almost done. For the last leg of this song, we can start with the hips, the pelvic girdles, ilium, ischium, and pubis. At the top of the limbs, the largest bone of them all, it's the femur that fits that socket just like a ball. Over the distal epiphysis, that patella glides in a tendon that stretches from your shin to your thigh. We gotta cruise on down the anatomical leg, where your tibia stands strong and even outweighs the fibula that articulates laterally, but it's so weak even Achilles would agree with me. 26 bones to go besides the ones that we've seen. I hope these last few lines will sweep you off of your feet. Underneath mine is precisely where I'm gonna squash you. But don't worry, we'll still be friends, just Nikki and Quasha. You got a talus at the end of the tibia, resting posterior to that navicular, a cuboid out on the side, calcaneus right behind, 3 cuneiforms to put a little extra spring in your stride. There are almost 5 metatarsals in the heart of your soul, and 3 phalanges more in every one of your toes. However, just like your thumb, your big toes only got 2, only a proximal in the middle and a distal. 4 middles in your shoe. There you have it, my friends. That makes 206 bones in your skeletal system. Each one perfectly fits together like a machine. Nature's great masterpiece. 4 billion years of evolution live inside you and me. I hope you've learned from my words. I thank you all for your time. Remember, knowledge beats swagger any day of the week. Forget your rhythm and flow. A textbook's what you should seek. Please don't forget all the bones that give some structure to life. Word to the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Columbia. Good night.
My mic on? Alright, y'all ready for some real bars? Alright, now I don't usually use scientific words and proper etiquette, but I figured I'd be good long as the bars still matter, although I'm out of my element. See, I don't know much about chromosomes, but I know to be a woman, you got way too much testosterone. She promiscuous, so I bet it don't take much to make this hormone. What I put out, y'all should take in like photosynthesis. But let's get one thing straight. Evolution never turned my gorillas into law-abiding citizens. So you can talk about your body parts, atoms, molecules, and dark matter. Where I'm from, the cops shoot black kids because they don't believe the dark matter. I hope y'all ain't forming alliance. Ain't nothing wrong with being book smart, but you outdated. You need to get with the program like computer science. Damn geek.
right there.
So, how y'all doing?
Turn the mic on.
Fam, real talk, son.
Yo, so I ain't here before. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, I ain't here before. I mean, it was going in, but I did not hear that before, and I wish I had an opportunity to be able to sift through that in more detail. Listen, y'all, everybody knows me. I'm really all about keeping it a buck, but I also am about providing context. And if I ran through the whole track before, I'll give you guys some context so you know what you're prepared for. In battle rap, folks insult. It's always all love afterwards. Folks use insults in that way as a mechanism to be able to deal with the traumatic experiences of going out in the world. So if two battle rappers go back and forth and insult each other to the tilt and go hug afterwards, when I go out there and engage the criminal justice system or a racist, whatever, my armor is built to be able to deal with it. If you're not privy to the fact that this is exercise for dealing with the hyper trauma of the real world, you might view this and be like, oh my gosh. When you understand the nuance and the complexity of growing up in an urban space and the nuance of being able to make sense of all that, then you're able to sort of view it in a different lens. Y'all feel me or not?
And but also, Chris, let me just say really quick that to us as educators, what they also model was that vulnerability of stepping out of their comfort zone to still exhibit their mastery.
It's all raw, it's all authentic. Like, if there's anything about hip hop ed, we not to give y'all the real so you can go out there and be better. Y'all feel me or not?
Exactly.
So anyway, without further ado, as we close out, hopefully we see you next year. Next year, just for the record, we're trying to do it up. 2-day conference.